what just happened there? Like that was kind of disgusting. And now they're initiating right here.
Yeah, here we go.
So Macwood, mistakes are made. He realizes now, oh yeah, I should probably shield up here. But pressure's on. And for Chimp and crew, for them to get that instant shield crack, in their mind, they're thinking, this guy probably does not have shield, right? Because we barely did damage and we cracked it. So they think this team's in shambles. This is going to give them more confidence. And although it may not be true, like it's kind of like false information, it doesn't matter. Confidence can be everything. Sometimes a difference maker in these fights.
Look at that, using those webs. Work out. But look at this, man.
No.
Scented and cold. And Scented does not have a lot to work with here in order there against Clicks and Day, a duo that you do not want to be in a 2v2 situation against, let alone a 1v2.
Not to mention Clicks and Day were fall into the hands of Storm Surge in the last game, so they're definitely adjusting their playstyle as well right now to be a little bit more aggressive, take these fights, and probably finish these fights like all the way. They need the points. They understand this. So here's two team favorites that understand and are in a position where they have to absolutely win or play very, very exceptional their next 4 games.
You got to be careful too about what Clicks and Day do here. Actually, if they overextend for the solo in Scented, right? We've seen it in the last game. Scented will put up a pretty decent fight in a 1v2 situation, and Bully over there, he is lurking in the wing. So if they hear this 2v1 go down and Scented survives for any amount of time, then that will allow time for the third party to come in, and it they got their heads on their shoulders and they are actually just being calm, cool, and collected and happy with the one elimination that they got.
And it's crazy. Those are fights you wouldn't normally, you know, anticipate because they land kind of in very different locations. But since kind of Cold and Scented are switching up the gameplay and switching up the style, it forces this fight that we wouldn't otherwise see. Here's a quick stat, though. Macwood and Donnie had more points in game 2, 26, than in all games. Dang, all 6 games.
Man.
Qualifier number 1, so just out working on the way up.
Yeah, you mentioned that they had a bad day, but we're going to take a look now and see how Scented went down, because he did actually just go down, probably making a play for the reboot card here. And again, you know, Day and Clicks, 2 very good fighters, and Scented just backed into a corner there, has nowhere to go. That pre-built wall there of a structure of the building, you know, you can't break through that too easily. You can't edit it. It's not yours or anything like that. So he's just trapped. Clicks and Day, quick cleanup, 2 eliminations for them now.
Yeah, we're just going to be tight-lipped about that one. You know, just sweep it under the rug. Didn't happen. Whatever. Scented and Cold. Man, we, you know, again, this is a caster pick too, right? So, like, we really have high hopes for this duo. And one of the few duos that have just had solo cash clips on lock, right? Like, or duo cash clips, I should say. All the duos competition so far, they've done so well. For us to not see them to punch straight to finals, I mean, there's still a fighter's chance here, but things just got much more difficult. Yamzo and Degen trying to continue their tear so far. 45 points in the competition, 12th place in a full-on fight right now.
Ooh.
They're going for it. Beautifully done there. And this is against the top 10 team. That's a knock as well. This might be a little bit of payback as well, as Degen finds the angles on the side there. And this duo of Team Zen is now out of the competition and back to the lobby. Beautifully done and executed there. One of the 2 might have been sniped up, though, so just 3 points for them.
Yamzo, looking at his aim there, very, very good to thwart that player away. Slacks trying to find a third party, couple Storm Surge tags. And as that fight went down, Yamzo and Degen picking that up real quick. Macwood actually lost Donnie whilst all that happened. So Macwood's got a lot to work with here, but not a duo to share it all with.
Yeah, no Donnie now. Wonder what happened when he moved on out. Pretty tough spot to be in right here, you know, but there's still time for him to earn more points. There's still time to at least get some placement points here. We do know that a single point separate him from 2nd place, and then he has a small buffer down to 3rd. And again, no 2 teams have played so great that they're that far from the rest of the competition. So, you know, top 20 has a true grip on the standings, a true chance, a fighter's chance to stay in this. Slacks, Clarity now, though, have a good little spread here, but 2 below the Surge. You can see they're playing 2 different angles right now, trying to look for opportunity. Wooden wall here is definitely one of the ones you want to target. Fresh build comes out on the other side. Fortunately, nothing pierces through there. It's Clarity G called for the backup. Nothing, though.
Smart, 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 but they're not in a good position here. If you're going to take a look at the map, you know, they got a couple teams around them and nothing really to work off. So now they're just going to pop a pepper and they're going to go for it. Over on the other side, though, Macwood in a 1v2 situation, going to be doing a lot. Switching back over to Clarity G, looking for some piece control. Not going to be finding much, and they are just going further and further down away from that Storm Surge threshold. Going to be taking some damage from it now. He's going to be just trying to take any duel that he can with his MK7, any range, anything. Please, he's begging, please give me an angle to work with here. If you look in the top left, 73 players left in the lobby. Again, 70 players is the threshold that we have to hit here. So only 3 players need to go down. And Slacks and Clarity are 2 of them. So he will not be able to just kind of sit here and idle this one out because, oh, there we go. They will be able to idle it out. 54 damage above. Probably clip them with the heavy shotgun he's got right there real quick. But look at the situation here. He's got 50 green HP and only 50 shield to work with now. So not setting himself up well for the end game.
Yeah, and somehow Macwood's still alive right now. He was taking the 2v1 fight as well. But look at this. He's still got minis, but he's got players on the other side starting to run out of material here as well. It's Spade and Osp there. Osp is Chimp there. Chimp is very, very good when it comes down to these box-to-box type situations. Honestly, he thrives as a controller player in this situation. So if Macwood isn't careful, it could all be wraps. He's going to go ahead and be a little more passive, play for the outskirts. This rotate is still very risky, and I like this. I love this play here. Getting inside the box here. I think he knew, yes, this is probably where he lost Donnie, so he comes back. That's just good communication, right?
Yeah, those med miss, man, they open up so many avenues for these clutches. Oh, he's actually going to go for the reboot. This will be interesting. I think that here, if he can potentially get his teammate back to those other web shooters that he saw, but a team is actually hearing this. They got the audio cue that this is going down. They're going to be pressuring him here now. Macwood once again in a 1v2 situation. The pressure from the Stinger SMG is coming in hot, but he is still alive, and the player drops down. It's actually Chimp that finds that elimination. Chimp and Spade, as you mentioned, they were close by, and they were hungry enough to actually chase that into the Storm. Got to keep a close eye on them, see if they can make it out of this one, because that Storm does do some damage, and it's not necessarily the easiest to just walk into zone when everybody is established. They are quite some distance behind. Yeah,
but they both now have med miss. One, of course, due to Macwood, and they just found one off on the side there, so that's going to work out for them. Clarity, G, and Slacks, this team, if you didn't just already tell that they are just exceptionally smart at this game, I mean, let me break it down for you. When they were on that Storm Surge situation, they had the option, right? They could have taken the fight to Avery, who was inside the zone, but instead they went outside the zone because they already blew their cover to Avery and crew. They shot at them. They said, you know what? If we go to them, they're defensively, you know, pretty much waiting for us. And instead they turned tail. They went towards the outer edge to take a fight. They found their surge there. Granted, it wasn't so pretty, but they are alive right now, and they managed to survive the situation. But it's those little plays, it's those decisions that, you know, these veterans make that are so much different than your traditional newer players that are just starting to find themselves in these competitive settings. So I just want to give a hats off to the vets, man, that are doing plays that are kind of outside the box, but with reasoning, you know?
Yeah, and love watching these MK7s, man. The tracking that goes down from these players. Users is not loving the MK7 right now, as he is getting pressured by multiple of them from across the map. Oh, and the armored wall goes down in the wrong spot, so they can't back up out of it and run out of builds after all that pressure, man. Yeah, this is a dire situation right there. Going to be some loot there if Tabnate and Death want to pick it up. Oliver and Playfly kind of getting close, but they're like, nah, you guys are closer. Go ahead and take it. Here we can see Glace going to be taking the lead. We have a switch up on the leaderboard. Live updating feature now. If you look in the bottom left above his name, you'll see Team 1. That means they're in the first place position right now. Oh, and he places down a armored wall. Hopefully he doesn't need that later.
He will. He will. That's such a good utility item to have. So pretty unfortunate for him. This is a deep pad here. He manages to honestly get away with murder here. Doesn't get shot and steals away a couple more tiles of placement. That's gonna go a long way here, but they have to be very careful. This is such an open field, and they're the first team leading the rotate. Now others are starting to come in, so they're gonna have to move with the pack here. 121 damage is gonna be the lowest team threshold that someone's gonna have to be battling their way up towards, and it's gonna be Slacks and Clarity G once again, to no surprise. This time, they're trying to set up for OMG and Shadow, who have had such a great day. OMG and Shadow are in 8th place, ladies and gentlemen. Slacks and Clarity currently holding 3rd. So this is a big fight. This is a game and tide-changing fight. Down goes one. Can Slacks get the second? No. Clarity gets traded there. Big shots. Has to be very careful. The siphon comes in, though. They want at least the 3 points, and now they back off to get their heals. What heals do they have? Bandages. Barely anything, but okay. They pick up the loot from OMG. He had a lot to work with. Beautiful. So it works out here. Oh, brother, that could have been super, super close, but it works out for them.
Yeah, that was pretty good. You know, it was actually unfortunate for the other player. Clarity was about ready to make a play with his Stinger SMG, about ready to just brute force through that metal wall, and the other player edits it at the exact time that he goes to shoot, so he just flies right in, doesn't even need to break it. Really unfortunate timing, but now Clarity and Slacks are in a pretty good situation here. Full shield. I mean, their mats aren't necessarily the best, and they do have a little bit of a rotate to make here, but definitely a better situation than they were in a couple of minutes ago. They have a team right in front of them that they have to go through who they are not looking too healthy either, so maybe they can find something. But look at the map. Look at all of the teams in this bottom left corner of the zone. All of them got to go over to that half zone, and it'll be interesting to see how all of these players emerge over there. Hopefully they can make it out alive.
Oh, Slacks is thrown. He did not pop the mini right there. This might be the difference maker, right? The difference factor. Now going to the sky with no shield is so scary. Look, Clarity just got chunked by a heavy shotgun on the way in. That singular pellet carries range and damage downtown consistently. Here comes Clarity, though. He's going to touch down here. So still alive and in the game, now holding 4th place. So other big teams falling left and right here as Clarity manages to just continue to sneak his way on up and keep him in the running here for Aver and Muzz. One of the first times we're seeing them make it to an end game. We'll see what they can do with their positioning. Yamzo and Degen holding on to 8th as well. Slide their way on up as OMG Me Too was dropped out of this positioning here. That's the cool, again, the cool update about this new feature now. We get to see in real time how the teams are exchanging positions here.
Yeah, and I really liked the rotation that Slacks and Clarity. As you look at this top-down view, you can see them on the east side, right? And we just saw that all of these players were just recently on the west side of the zone prior to this half and half. They had the opportunity to pretty much go anywhere they wanted with that launch pad, and they opt to go to the east side because they know that'll be least congested over here. But as we can see, the first movement zone is actually going to pull back to the west, so maybe it wasn't actually too smart of them to go to the east side. But nonetheless, I still like it, right? They'd be able to reset over there. Nobody's around them, so I like paying attention to small little details like that. Degen and Yamzo, though, in a pretty good position here. They got a lot of mats, and they are on the west side of the zone, which is where the moving zone is going, though. Correction, they now have to get Storm Surge, and there we go, on cue. Just going to be beaming with that Stinger SMG. Got to be careful. Any single little bit of margin that you give these players, they will punish you for it, and that's what you're seeing right out of Yamzo, though. Let me tell you, Yamzo has been impressing me all day. Every single time we tune in, he is just beaming somebody with an MK or a Stinger. Yeah,
definitely. Surge hasn't been too much of an issue for them as it has been for Clarity G and Slacks right now. I mean, listen, Slacks needs to be the wind to Clarity G's fire right here. They have been trying to pretty much hold on just round after round, zone after zone. Here's another one of those situations right now where they are so far below the surge and it's continuing to stack up. Players aren't falling fast enough, so the pressure is starting to mount here. And here comes the layer changes now out of Bill's. Clarity might be thinking, was that worth it here? As he has to start making his way all around here, trying to read the zone. He gets behind a player. One missed shot is going to be enough for him to just get bodied, and he had so much health as well. It's up to Slacks now. It's all or nothing. How much can you make here? Absolutely none. Time is money, and the money's been collected by the Surge to get him out of here. On high ground is Quad Magnolia. On the mids is Bully and Dusky here. In shambles, too. Our second place team in shambles right now.
Yeah, good layer change, though. When you are in shambles like this, when you put yourself on that low ground, you basically remove ability at the place because you are on steady grounds, right? So they don't have to place those floors anymore that they would have to if they were in the mid ground. So pretty good play, though they do eventually get beamed for being on those wood builds in the late game. Yamzo, though, finding himself on the higher ground, it appears. Going to be having a player contest them, though. I wonder where Degen is at. Not sure where he's at, but he's going to be shooting this player out here to make sure that he disconnects. Degen's right behind him. Good, good, good. So both of those guys are on height, established, doing pretty well.
Wicked Beef Looking pretty well on the low ground as well. 4 eliminations. Not a lot of material, but definitely tons to work with here as ammo and heals are not an issue at all right now. Seems like they managed to pick up some sweet goods down here. In this zone, the zone's been ping-ponging back and forth. Convicted jumps into the wrong layer. Boxes get shot up as well. Big damage there. Beef will be able to pick up some of that loot. Well played for him as they sweep up 2 enemies on this low level. And look, they're just snaking their way across, ratting their way through the low ground right now. The tunnels are theirs. And look at this, more focus coming in here, but they have things under control right now. Even though it doesn't seem like it, they definitely have the lead there. Golden and Walkers too. Look at this condition that they're in. 7 eliminations and a full layer to themselves. Brings one down, that's a player caught. Bad ramp there, and he is trapped. Walkers comes in with the finish through. That's onto Nouns, he spreads by himself, and it comes through. Oh my gosh, shut down there. And Golden comes on in, he wants to pick up the loot. Nicely done. Counter fire though, it hurts, it stings. He has to make his way outside the zone. There's no health on this player, just shoot back. He heals 2. He heals an enemy in the chaos there. He doesn't care though. Manages to stay alive, that's what matters most here. And look at this, they're still up somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how he actually just made it through that. That was
insane.
Phenomenal play. He's getting shot at like the whole entire time there. Still makes a nice little path around the zone though, but leaves himself with a total of 18 builds here. So they are in a pretty good position. Going to be getting pressured by Oliver OG, who's actually below them. He's going to be trying to panic place an armored wall there. And again, he is just finding these situations where he's getting shot at from every which angle, but he just slips right out the back. He's going to be looking at the high ground though. Ooh, player sneaks around the back, probably from the zone, and actually finds the elimination. Degen and Yamzo on the top here. 2v3 situation for them. 3 players left on the low ground. Going to be using the rest of their ammunition to pressure all those builds out. Oh, Yamzo goes down for the drop down. Now they are controlling the actual zone. The player builds up though. This could turn. Oh, there we go. Finishes it there on Oliver OG.
Little 8 elimination victory out for my pick on Yamzo and Degen. Well played for them. Finished the game off very, very strong. But man, I think the highlights have to go to players like Nick and Beef, who are controlling the low ground, running it up. Qualifier and Oliver OG, shout out to them, man. They tried their best to stay alive, but definitely got shut down somewhere towards the end there. These zone fights are just brutal. You can see how taxing they can be. The Storm just doing so much damage there at the end game. Look at this. We didn't get to see that one onto D-Roller, making it work. Playing with house money pretty much. As Yamzo closes out the last elim there. 8 elim victory royale, Vivid. Very nicely done for Yamzo and Degen, who, again, we see the other side of this team. Not contested versus that FNCS qualifier #1 that happened on Friday. It's just night and day.
Yeah, very well played. They are taking full advantage of the opportunity they are getting with an uncontested llama split there. So that's good for them. You know, we talk about it sometimes. Some of these players kind of crack under pressure when they are usually contested, and they rely on that for their Storm Surge, right? But these guys, no, they're uncontested. They're taking full advantage of it, finding their Storm Surge throughout the game, and they are just running away right now on the leaderboard.
Yeah, definitely. And we want to see that leaderboard, so we're going to toss on over to the desk. There's no time to waste here. Catch us up, boys.
The telekinesis here with you there, Monster. You know, Yamzo and Degen, I felt it too, hence the prediction. They've come through and won game #3, the high ground. We saw there as well, fellas, that it was a true kind of masterclass, really. You know, they're not being contested by anyone. Everyone knows how good they are in that position there. SBG, they really kind of set themselves away from the rest of the pack then and just swept up when everything was in front of them.
Yeah, the first couple of games was some solo plays to get some points, and now we see them put it all together here in this match, able to take some big shots there onto the high ground, weaken it. They got their info, and then they just crank. This is my high ground, my play, I'm knocking you out. Even taking off another team, possibly looking to hold the high ground position, and from here, it's just walking it out.
Yeah, and they were able to walk it out and work from the top down very, very composed, like taking shots only at the players who are on the backside of the zone, finding the key eliminations, and now propelling themselves pretty solidly into the top 8. But so far through 3 matches, things are very close. And one thing we'll note too, again, with the exception of Yamzo and Degen throwing shots up there, there hasn't really been a ton of challenges up towards the high ground. Once players get it, they tend to get it and then play out towards, at minimum, a top 2 situation.
Indeed. I mean, the standings are inevitably going to change right now. You know, DGen, Yomzo, they were kind of there or thereabouts. Are they going to be in the top 2 or 3? We're now about to find out in our leaderboard. Let's take a closer look and you guys can run us through. Gun, there they are, sitting in the top spot, sitting pretty, joint with second place as well. This is tight after 3 games.
Yeah, they own first place, but only because of that victory royale. Beef and Nick able to take second place. We haven't even really seen them, and so consistent. We look at the placement points. They are right there with our game winners of DGen and Iamzo, also slaying out with 16 elims Sundown.
Yeah, and right now you also see Walkers and Aphids Golden with their run last game being pushed up into 4th place. But what this really says, kind of looking at the top 6 or so teams, with a little bit of separation after that. 7th and 8th, everyone else on top of them is really close, but also the separation is less than a victory royale right now, right? We're talking 32 points for a victory royale, which would put even 9th and 10th well into that 8th place range. If you have one decent game, you're all of a sudden in the conversation. And with only 3 matches left to go, pretty much everyone is still in the conversation given how the points have been spread out so far.
Yeah, we were talking together to go us as well, SPG.
Yeah, no doubt. And we see it reflect on that leaderboard. It's crazy how close these games are, because basically when everyone's winning a match, they're doing it with 7, 8, 9, 10 elims. And that's a 50-point game. That's the difference between first place and I think like 18th, if I'm doing my math correctly. So it is close.
Broadcast.
Oh, quick math.
Quick math.
But it is so close right now.
Yeah, everything's so close, and as that margin kind of shrinks, it basically means we go from playing a 6 set. Even then, if you're one of those teams who owes all the way, who are capable of winning a match, one really solid W and you get into the double-digit eliminations, which these guys are capable of, puts you right back into the fray.
It certainly does. And I can hear the battle bus is ready to rock and roll. We're gonna head into the action. It is time for game number 4. Let's jump in. Anything is possible. Let's see what happens next.
This is a sink or swim type of situation now. So we're starting to jump into game number 4. For some of our favorites, it's going to be very, very tough to go ahead and claw back in, but anything is possible. Double-digit eliminations. We've seen bigger comebacks before. For Nico and Polarized, though, no shots. They shut down Macwood out the gate. Wow.
Again, I'm telling you, that's what happened.
Wow.
You remember, they had a good kind of first 2 games through Qualifier 1. They were chilling, they were comfortable at the Daily Bugle, and then Polarized was like, no. And again, repeating that same strategy. You know, this is a very interesting strategy because when you think about it, if you're really, really comfortable, then, you know, you're going to think that you're going to be able to land and chill, right? And maybe that's what Macwood was thinking. But no, Inca was like, listen, I got a better drop than you. I'm going to out-drop you to this chest. And he does it, and he picks up a Stinger SMG, which quickly cleans up that elimination. Now, Donnie left to do it. And let me tell you, you know, I'm all for these clutch situations, but it is not looking good for him.
Yeah, no, not only that, we've seen how bad Surge is, right? Like, we've seen how crazy Surge has been. I don't expect it to be any different now that all pressure's on here. Even for a team like Aegis and Rise, I mean, this is do or die kind of situation. And you know what? Nownsy and Sprite are like, hey, we want to stay alive. We want to survive a little longer. They actually disengage a little earlier. Other teams roll in, trying to take advantage of the chaos because they know the fights are going down here round after round. So we're seeing a complete adjustment, a complete fix across the field now. Teams are pulling out the wild cards, if you will. And little do Aegis and Rise know a surprise could be lurking nearby. As there's a team just right there, Vivid. They're lurking.
I can't believe this third team has not actually taken a shot yet at Aegis and Rise. They definitely had an opportunity to chilling on top of the house. Aegis and Rise are in a really good position if they could just get up a straight 2v2 here, right? They have more HP, and then also Aegis, look at all the meds that he has right now. He's got some guzzle juices to work with, and then 4 chug splashes, which are so beneficial. That other team, got to pay close attention to the map. They're still actually chilling on the outskirts, not really pushing in. Rise and Aegis, though, in one of those situations where you find yourselves on top of the builds that the other players just seem to hide down, and you're just kind of wasting time, though. Rise, not really feeling it. Going to be going for Nounsy here with the SMG. Going to be getting jumped on by both the players. Rise with no builds left, doesn't realize it. He's going to be getting taken down. Aegis left to clutch up a 1v2 situation, and here comes not only one third party, but two.
And you know what? That second team actually waited for the fight to go down. They jumped on Aegis, so Aegis got pounced onto. Little did he know, caught with the weapon out though, pickaxe out. Luckily, Nounsy manages to just barely slide out of there, avoiding the elimination. But Aegis, this is a tough situation. Our top 10 Nounsy and Sprite team here, now easing their way into 8th place. That's how close the standings have been so far. That 3 points swung them into a qualification slot as of right now. So it is just putting more intensity on the situation, more importance on this battle for them. It's Fable, Taco, and Jackson up from that southern location at Southeast Drop. They rotate up quickly. Aegis just gets dived in. They don't want to waste any time here. They want to shut this down before the third party comes in. And this team, they're just second guessing the entire fight at this point. For Sprite and Nounsy, I cannot believe they managed to survive that, because Nounsy, like, dang near threw the bag right there, right? Sitting there with his pickaxe out, facing the wrong direction with the wall completely open, could have been the end of their tournament, and possibly the difference that pushed him out at the end of the day from this number 8 spot here.
Yeah, and if we saw the clutch that was attempted there, you know, he kind of put himself down in the basement. And thinking about the layout of this building, there's nowhere to go down here, right? As soon as you put yourself down here, there's nowhere to go. And Nounsy and Sprite understood the layout, so that's why they go ahead for that pressure. Going to be taking a look right back at this. And as you can see here, you know, he's soloed out here, right? So Nounsy and Sprite take full advantage of that, jump on Rise instantly, and they kind of, you know, lead themselves in a 1v2 situation when it's, in hindsight, a 2v2. So Aegis off into the side during while that was going on, and then he tries to 1v2 clutch it up. But from the basement, very hard to do. And again, you know, we still have these other players over here, Jackson and Serbsky. Now they're going to be potentially taking a fight, and Nounsy is going to be the one doing the third party in.
Yeah, this could work out. If they get another 6, that'd be massive for them. Nevify and Ritual, though, on the other side here on the east side. It looks like they picked up a nice little 2 eliminations, plenty of loot to play off of. It's going to push them up just a little bit here. This is a team that is, you know, fighting for series points at this point, right? That's kind of the story for them. I mean, listen, if you want to go to finals, you need to do one of 2 things. Get top 8 today, or earn a boatload of series points to make it to next week, because otherwise you're left out. That's it. And that's why today's qualification, just making it this far to top 50, was so important. This is pivotal for most of our teams. As we kind of run back in the highlights here, there goes a quick wrap up for them. Back on over to the fight that matters most for Nounsy and Sprite. They actually take this engagement. This is a 2-on-2. 2 more teams rolling in from the outskirts, hearing the fight go down. Sprite goes down. This is up to Nounsy to clutch up. Did they bite off more than they can chew? Nounsy thinks otherwise. Almost had it, but Redux, too much health, too quick. Shadow 1 X OMG me. This is a golden opportunity for them now. How do they read this? How do they read this situation? Look at how many. What is going on? There's a delay on mainstream, guys. They don't know this is all going down right now. So this is just chance occurrence at this point.
Greasy Grove is the place to be. Somebody sent an invitation for a party at this POI. Man, I feel like every single elimination outside of the one that happened between Beef and Nick over at the east side of the map has occurred here at Greasy Grove. And it's funny because, look, again, we have another fight going down on the north side of Greasy, but then Redux and Savage here, they are actually pressured by a team that is above them. I wonder if they know the team there they got to, right? Like, you know, they heard some builds going down. The other team tried to press in fast. But Shadow, he's hiding in the shadows, as so is OMG me. Go for a quick elim here. They don't do a lot of damage to Savage. It looks like they are fine, and they are now fully aware of the situation. So they should be chilling, should be able to get out of this or take the fight straight to them.
I'm more upset that they didn't get a single tag right there. that would have been huge. Those 6 points, being in 15th place when you have finals just right there. Finals positioning in your grips, in your sights. You don't hit a shot when it matters. Unfortunate. You call this a party. I mean, it's a party's like 8 to 10 people. We've had like 20 show up so far. So this is a classroom at this point, all right? This is crazy.
And Shadow actually ends up finding the eliminations over here. So OMG me and Shadow can be picking up an elim each. They actually found that on one of the other teams that was third party in this. But MDF, if we take a look at the map yet again, we're finding teams that are getting eliminated here, and they're just instantly getting replaced. Again, we have a total of 6 teams in this general vicinity. I guess the storm is pulling down here, but we're going to take a look at how Shadow ended up finding that. And man, right through the taxi window, they're going to be doing a lot of damage and opting not to build or get out of the taxi there, and they pay for it.
Yeah, look, and what happens there is not only does this explosion do a lot of damage, you touch down, you immediately have the floor set ablaze, and your health ticks very, very fast when it's on fire. So engulfed in the flames there, Shadow and OMG Me find themselves 6 points, pushes them up 3 more spots, which is great. Now they're in 12th.
Yeah, that's pretty good here. We're going to be taking a look to see how the Daily Bugle ended up. No. Yeah. You know, you love the webs that are around the POI, but sometimes maybe you get a little bit too confident. And look at this. Scented and Cold are at Covert Cavern now.
I don't know what to make of this. I don't know what to make of this. You have a team like Larson and Smite, quite honestly, just own you out of the drop, right? They played Sleepy Sound so well. They strategized basically a counterattack, right? The first 2 games onto Scented and Cold completely mix up their play style, their strategy, force them into this situation that they have to go into other people's area a little bit more, I'd say sooner, right, than they may have anticipated. And we're seeing what happens when that happens. They don't have material. They've been very, very, I'd say, fortunate in the sense that having like ammunition and whatnot, but the material counts, man, have been really, really bad.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you're kind of pushed away from where you are comfortable. They are comfortable up there at Sleepy. They probably have some routes where they're used to getting their metal, their wood, their brick. But now they're like, listen, man, Larson and Smite are just putting us in the dirt. We got to go somewhere else. And when you go somewhere else, you know, somebody's already got their route planned out to get those materials wherever else you go, right? Like, this is a big map, but there are a lot of players on it. So all of these materials get accounted for. But let me tell you something. They are finding a good amount of materials here. But on the other side of the cavern, Glace actually goes down. And they were in 3rd place coming into this team. So that is a big elimination to find there.
That is so bad. That is so bad for Glace. Right there. What's going to happen now, guys, that spot's going to completely open up. They're dead stuck on earning points. That's going to give much more room to runway on up. Not only that, remember, Macwood and Donnie are also out. So already we're seeing about 3 of our top 10 teams out of the competition. This is going to make a... Wow, we have a very, very, very competitive and close qualifier here right now. One of the last opportunities they're going to have to just punch their way straight to finals. This is the time to do it.
Scented and Cold, though, they find a quick beam on the reciprocal, so they are going to get aggressive on this. Scented quickly going for piece control, finds a good shot on the reciprocal there, too. He's now down to 40 HP, but they just keep throwing chug splashes. They haven't stopped for the past, like, 10 seconds. Must have had like 15 plus of those, but still the reciprocal finds itself below 100 HP. Scented and Cold doing work in this engagement right here, and this is what we love to see. You know, maybe a little bit of a mental reset. Game 4, though, taking a while for them to actually get here, applying some pressure. Scented got to watch his left, though. He sees the build get placed, but he doesn't do anything about it. Does he not know the player's right behind him? He's got to be careful. He does get out unscathed, still full HP. Resetting here, Cold and Scented to do all the work, but they got to be careful. We saw that there was a lot of players here, and as you can see there, Dayfan off on the side, lurking, waiting for a good opportunity. The 3rd party of this team, and Scented and Cold seem to be happy with the amount of damage they've done. They see the zone is about to start moving, closing in on them, so they got to get out of here at one point.
Works out. I mean, listen, they take no damage. They get a lot of tags. Granted, it blew some material, but the fact that Scented was able to even find that little brick reservoir worked out really well. That was like 100+ power materials just swept right back into the inventory, so kind of negated everything there. It works. It works. It's not pretty, but it worked. What else can they do for the remainder of the game is a true question that we want answered. For Iamzo and Degen, our #1 team, we already lost our 3rd place seeded team. So Iamzo and Degen have so much room to work with here. This is where they can jump ahead of the competition. This is where they can punch their ticket to the finals in Game 4. That would be the most ideal situation. That'll alleviate all the pressure here. Smite and Larson fizzle out after Game 2. It seems like 3 did not work in their favor. They're hard stuck now at 40 points, below the Storm Surge here as well. I wonder.
I mean, you think about it.
I was just gonna say, did Simpson Cold maybe make a decision too soon? Like, did Smite and Larson get a little lucky?
Well, Smite and Larson were probably finding a lot of their success through that, you know, those early eliminations that they were finding on Cold and Scented. But now that Cold and Scented have made a big adjustment in how they play their early game, Smite and Larson no longer have even the opportunity to take down Scented and Cold and find some early eliminations. So maybe they are struggling with that Storm Surge. And as you can see here, yeah, backing that point up, they are 40 below right now. This could be potentially big. This is what they did against Scented and Cold. Found some early eliminations. Good shots on the Pams through there. Larson in a 1v1 situation now as they trade downs. Let me see what happens here. He's actually just going to go straight up for the res. If they can get him up quickly and get right back into the fight, they might be able to find these eliminations very, very quickly. But, you know, we look at the Storm Surge counter. He's 253 above already, so he got some good damage in. The other player's healing up, and it looks like Larson is going to take a step back. Pop a big potion. Reset, maybe take the fight, maybe not take the fight. We'll have to see what he decides.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like they were content with it, but no, I think they want the elims here.
Yep, there we go.
Want to get a little bit more, probably feeling confident. Someone's calling for the re-engage. Shots are coming in from the distance too, though, so someone else trying to get involved in the mix here. Playify gets tagged, though. The punishment tries to sneak his way into the corner. He was 55 below the Surge. Surge does the rest. That elimination credit will go to the player who last tagged them. So Chubbs, you can see right there in the feed, finds the tag or the full elim. And that's granted directly to them. So rewards being divvied out. Oliver OG now trying to make best of the situation. This is our number 4th place team here. This is all for the finals, guys. All that matters is finishing into top 8. Beautiful shot there with 2 HP. 52 damage above the Surge. That is so close. He would have otherwise been taken out. So a frame perfect shot. It was about to tick over. Oh no, they jump in. Couldn't get the reset in time. Oh man, unfortunate.
Chubbs and Twix were coming in, as was the zone. Not a lot for Oliver OG to do there. Again, you know, Storm Surge, troublesome for some of these players. Twix and Chubbs, they got to get a move on. Going to be jumping in at the vehicle there. They'll quickly be able to get to the Storm. To back up the point that you made earlier, though, MDF, you know, big game potential here for DGen and Yamzo, right? Because Glace and Chucky went down. We know Macwood and Donnie went down, but let's not forget Beef and Nick, who were actually in 2nd place, also went down. So DGen and Yamzo have a big opportunity here to, you know, create a gap between them and the rest of the leaderboard. Little bit of a chill zone going on now, you know, not a lot of people doing much. We see that 70 player count has been hit, so everybody knows, okay, we're good on Storm Surge until the next one comes, so we're just all going to relax. If we look at the Storm, though, a lot of water included in this one on the east side, so they're going to see a lot of players bundle up here on the west side where there's actually some land. You don't want to base yourself up in that water. It is hard to traverse sometimes, and there we go. We see DGen and Yamzo. They don't have any elims yet, so hopefully they are chilling on Storm Surge, and we'll see how they play this one out as the next Storm is about to show itself.
Yeah, definitely. But we all know Yamzo has the tendency to take a fight, so it's just a matter of time at this point as they're sitting at 0 eliminations. How much Storm Surge have they managed to put down in the game? DGen and Yamzo opening the bills just as we talked about that aggression that typically comes out.
Whoa.
Oh, little boost. All right, it works in their favor, though. Doesn't completely throw them off here. Those little only in Fortnite type situations almost occurred right there, but it's okay. Okay, so look, DGen and Yamzo get to get first dibs here. This is honestly prime real estate. They get to also sit on some material that they can recycle. This is one of the few pieces of land. And look at that, they fire away the logs. So yes, they're clearing out the location, just conditioning this little piece of land. Oh, I was gonna say, did they actually just get hit marker over there? That was bulldozing right into a potential team.
You know, it's interesting that they actually didn't build up any higher than they did. If we look at the map again, on the west side, there are a lot of teams that got to come into the zone here, right? And really the only place where there's land that they have to go is this little island. So they're all going to funnel in and potentially build up on top of them. But Clarity G and Slacks finding themselves in a fight on this western piece of land that I just recently talked about. A lot more than just Clarity and Slacks involved, though. A couple of teams over here in shambles here is that Cody guy right there. He's going to be disengaging, though. Clarity and Slack's going to be happy with the loot that they find. They know that the storm's going to be closing soon, so they know that they got to make this rotation soon. The water, a mode of transportation for them, and a picking up a quick elim. That team over there had no shield, so very easy for them to find that, and they know that they have their shields, so they know they're potentially even further shambles than what they can tell. Going to be going for the piece control, playing it safe, playing it smart. Here's the other player jump in the water, and again, they're just happy with the loot that they find. Very well played from Clarity and Slacks. They're going to be happy with that quick amount of storm surge that they find.
Not only that, the material, the refresher to come into this, the new zone, find a knock. It couldn't work any better for a team. Cold is going to find Larson in the feet. Teams are hovering around the 70. Body gets full finished here. Wants to fight for the loot. Little doesn't know. Users jumps on into the box there. Big pressure from up above as well. Opus has to be so careful here. Matches up some of it. Yes, he actually needs this here.
Going for the wall there 3 times in a row, not going to get it. A little bit unlucky. Okus played that very, very well. He kind of disengaged, and then as soon as he heard the shields break of those other 2 players, he re-engaged. He's got 3 Stinger SMGs, all of which were purple, rarity, or higher. He's going to be opting to drop on. Probably going to take the web shooters. He's definitely going to need it, because if we look at the zone point all the way up there to that northeast location, and if you were, wow, Bully here, showing off his parkour skills, walking right on top of a tree. You know, he's got 100 mats to work with. If he can make this rotation on foot, he can potentially create solo clutch opportunities. He's going to hear a player land around him, going to make sure everything around him is covered. Eventually, he'll build in once he thinks that it is safe, and there we go. He's going to build himself up in some metal, keep himself safe. And again, Clarity, G, and Slacks finding themselves in good positions to where they can just spray some players and find some quick eliminations from distance.
Yeah, it's little things like this, guys, that give us a deep appreciation for FN competitive. Watching the master rotates from someone like Bully, now watching Clarity, G, and Slacks just play such a execution, like executing at the highest level right now, finding multiple refreshes, finding these angles, these positions in from the low ground, aiming and targeting teams up above just off the terrain knowledge is just so well he played right now. And take a look here. We get to watch this back here, how it all began. Here's the setup from Clarity G. The big tags for the MK7.
Oh my.
Trying to slide to get away, but you just can't. Clarity, one of the most disgusting shots in Fortnite. We just watched it play out there in real time. GG's for him.
Yeah, and that's not an easy shot to make, right? We think about it, Chapter 3 just recently introduced, so sliding a mechanic that was implemented along with the release of the season. So a little bit of different momentum there, right? Players got to adjust to that momentum that players will have to be able to make those shots. Clarity obviously been putting in some practice, but if you're paying attention right there, Cold picks up a couple elims, but maybe even a bigger bit of a development. Yamzo is all by his lonesome. These are your leaderboard leaders as of current. And Yamzo is left to solo clutch and hopefully, you know, keep that top spot alive for this duo.
Big developments on height as well. Muzz fighting for high ground. I don't know if I saw Avery there, so keep an eye on him. They're in 16th place, guys. These guys will be at the top of the standings if they manage to get all the way to endgame. Bully on the other side, he might have had great rotates, but unfortunately might have made a little mistake here as the pressure comes in. But he's in the water situation, right? He's on this ultimate low. Naturally, you're going to get targeted here. He did not reset the wall behind him. Small mistakes like that will get you, quickly taken out. On height now, though. Another exchange. Polarized and Nico on top. They need this victory out so badly. They've been having a struggle of a tournament, but they shut down Macwood and Donnie over at the Daily Bugle. Now taking this game all the way through to endgame. This is going to be a confidence boost for them, which is going to spell more and more trouble for Macwood and Donnie for the next game.
Yamzo on the low ground, he's doing it for the duo. I mentioned how he was gonna have to clutch up to keep that first place position alive, and yes, Sento as well, finally finding some success. Ooh, Yamzo, too aware for a player to be lurking underneath his own builds. What a great spot he's in right now, though. Actually gets tagged.
Oh
Ooh, he's still got a lot of mats to work with, though. Great builds coming out. He knows he's got to go up the hill, so he's slowly working his way up as he builds away from those players. I like this play. Taking a little bit of a detour into the zone a little bit. Mindful of the high ground. We know that they can do a lot of damage in very quick succession. And again, Magnolia goes for a quick little couple of shots on him. Does some damage, but nothing to be worried about. Sent it over there. Backside of the zone actually goes down. Yamzo to do it.
Yeah, a little wide shot right there gives us Pants to Thatch on height right now, so they could be making their return into the standings too. Iamsu gets the wall opened up and shut down, so first place is now out. More room for the top here. Clarity G and Slacks managed to find themselves into the triple-digit mark. This is a 108-point breakthrough for them. Every team that falls is granting them more and more points. Take a look here, 6 elims as well. There's a player behind this wall, but will they open up? Yes, of course. Slacks is looking for it. Clarity G leading this rotate out at the bottom. Calm and collected. Day and Clicks managed to make an endgame too. But this is Pam and Thatch's game. They're in 11th place. Can they do something even bigger? We'll find out. Beautiful angle here from Clarity G on the low. Shots are coming out. Can they get the full rip through? That's a great tag there. No shield break. It's Day and Clicks on the other side of the barrel, facing the pressure on height. 3 elims now. The champs are trying to come back here. They've been on a tear. We've been hyping them up. We know how good they are. They need to show us right now. How can they close this game out? 2 builds now for Thatch. Have to assume Pamsu barely has any yes, so that means they're committing down here. Sneaky and Statics at 9 eliminations. They're fighting for the spot right now. This is a top 10 fight here. Can they break through? No. Sneaky gets shut down. The Vets are just a little bit better. Statics as well. And a quick elimination here for Pamsu and Thatch, who both win their ones there. GG's for them.
Thatch and Pamsu to close it out. Another one of those situations actually where we find that they actually take high ground, right? We saw a different team up there not too long ago. Then all of a sudden Pamsu and Thatch are like, hey, listen, we want to be able to just walk straight to a victory royale, so we're going to go ahead and take it. But Sneaky and Statics, who ended up coming second right there, had a total of 9 eliminations, so not too shabby for them. Pamsu and Thatch going to be finishing out there with a total of 6 elims and the victory royale. That's going to be a huge swing in the leaderboards. Again, let's remember, we had a lot of our top 10 contenders go down earlier before they even made it to the end game. So leaderboard is going to be very interesting to take a look at.
Yeah, definitely. And those standings update in real time. So we already know players like Clarity G, the Vets, the OGs, really rocketing their way on up to the top. I'm sure Adam and crew have something to say about that game. So we're going to toss it over to Desk.
Heck yeah, we do. Pamsu and Thatch coming through there. Sundown, they're in the race, man. They got there. They got there. I mean, that's fantastic for those guys, and we'll touch on them very shortly. But Clarity G, as Monster just mentioned there as well, what a pop-off there. I think it was 5 or 6 eliminations, I think it was. But SBG, I mean, you need to have a clutch up. You need to get a lot of eliminations at some point in the competition, and Clarity has done exactly that.
Clarity has laser beams coming out of that MK and just locking on to people. We see him popping off, and the story's kind of been the high ground plays, but Clarity and Slacks able to play this low ground, navigate this space, and really fill the void that's been left open by everyone else. Slay out on the low ground, but ultimately they're falling before that top 5. Really nice to see these two do well, and this probably puts them into that qual range, or at least really close to it.
Really close, and I think one of the things that's key with Clarity is he's always been known for his rifle aim, and then when you add something that's as strong as the MK7 into his arsenal, and his ability to just hit those huge legendary pump shots on the low ground, the striker pump, I mean, he's putting to work and able to pick those up. And I think with how close the top of the table is, you're going to need an individual effort like that to really stamp it up. But normally we'd say, hey, that should be a qualifying effort. With how close the leaderboard is at the top, I'm not sure anybody's safe.
I know Vivid was talking about that there as well, that it's, you know, it's going to be really different now, and we can't wait to see. That's the best thing about NAE. It's always so close going into the final stages as well. We've got to touch on, obviously, our victory royales, our winners there as well, Pamsu and Thatch. We saw that they claimed that high ground. They managed to hold it outright. They're a consistent team, it seems, here all the time, always being there or thereabouts. It's great to see them get the victory royale in this instance, SBG.
And this is exactly what they needed. We can see only 68 points right now, so they're on the outside looking in. And Sundown, you and I were talking about, you just need like 1.5 good games right here in order to push for that qual. And hey, they've done most of the work already.
And as you're watching that bottom left corner over the replay, you can see the number just starting jumping off. I believe when we first hopped on board, it was 18, and then it was 14, and boom, all of a sudden, one round of elims and the placement points come through. They're 12, and then I think we finished right there at the end. They pushed themselves all the way up into 8th, which goes exactly what we talked about in the desk before. One good game. The leaderboard is so close that, hey, a victory royale, a decent number of eliminations, you put yourself right in the middle of that conversation with 2 matches left to go.
Exactly, and this is it. This is what the standings currently look like. DJ and Iamsu continue to run at the top spot there, 131 points. But as you can see, things are really starting to change up between 1st and 10th place or SBG.
Yeah, we saw Iamsu solo clutch holding up that top spot. We saw the plays there by Clarity. Nick and Beef able to do enough, and then everyone else now is in that range of, I need to at least secure one more top 5.
Third through ninth is literally separated by 8 points. That is less than 3 eliminations. That's 2 eliminations and getting into the top 30. Like, there is so much to play for. I mean, there's a significant drop-off after the fact, but when we say quote-unquote significant drop-off, that's relevant, right? Like, as soon as you end up going below that, it's still one good game worth.
Yeah, and everyone at you, 11th through 20th position here as well, you can totally see are all capable of going into it. You know, look at 14th place, they're D-Roller and Trashy, 74 points. They're only 20 points away from breaking into the top 8. So they're so close, and it does just take one game, and you're right back in the mix. You're being considered for going through in the auto-call spots, those top 8 going through to finals immediately and bypassing semi-finals. Let's head back over to our casters. We're about to go into Game 5. Monster, Vivid, what do you got for us, boys?
I mean, listen, it's pretty clear Iamzo's here to set the world on fire. We might be seeing one of our first punched-in finalists of the top 8. The rest of the 7, though, those other slots, I mean, Vivid, we haven't seen a competition this close in quite some time. I feel like this, my friend, is one of the tightest qualifiers, and this is all thanks to the new format. Bringing and swinging the points, skewing the points towards eliminations. It's pretty clear that it's turned into a very competitive format.
It is very competitive, and I love how someone pointed out that there are basically like 2-3 eliminations that separate 3rd through 9th. Like, if anybody is feeling like they are out of it at this point, they really need to switch that mindset around, because it is so close to the top. Anything can happen. You can have a nice solid pop-off game with like 10 eliminations, and you're just flying up the leaderboard because of how close it is. Going into the 5th game, though, right, there's not a lot of games left. There's only 2 games left, so these teams are really got to make some plays, make some adjustments if they're not liking how the results are going so far.
Yeah, not only that, top 20 has a fighter's chance here, guys. You saw it's 20 points. Now, if you think about that, 7 eliminations, very much feasible. Breaks that 20 to 30 point threshold pretty easily, and 32 points for the Victory Royale, or maybe a little bit more than that, honestly. So easily, any team can win and give themselves buffer room and a definite top 8 spot coming into the last game. So as we start rounding our way into game number 5 right here, right now, I mean, it is anyone's chance. We're going to cover that action right here. So let's go.
Flying in, though, you know, we've seen a lot of early game action going on, and a lot of it was centered around Greasy Grove. A little bit of a development happened in the Daily Bugle. Looks like we're going to check out Greasy Grove. Let's not forget what happened last game. About 20 teams ended up showing up here, so that's got to be in the back of these players' minds as they go ahead and try to loot up, right? They got to be thinking, we want to take the fight like as soon as possible, so that way we can thwart off any kind of third parties that want to come in. But I think Rise and Agers getting a hold of this main building here is just too big. There's so many coolers in there. There's so many chug splashes that come out of those coolers that they are instantly full shield right now, and they look like they're already ready to fight as they go for some early shots here on Nounsy, who decides to disengage with a car. And if we're looking in the top left, Macwood going down the Nico, as is Donnie.
Oh my gosh, big trades right here. This is so unfortunate for Macwood. Oh, you hate to see it. A team that just was off to such a rocket start and now just having struggles, right? Struggling with their draw spot instead of changing up the strategy the way Nounsy and Sprite have managed to do. Now, mind you, Nounsy and Sprite were granted, honestly, a lot of lucky, or just had so much luck. Let me just rephrase this. What happened last game, Agers was shot at as soon as the fight kicked off alongside Rise, so gave them a chance to actually win it. And then Nounsy just, I don't know what Agers did, but he rolled up behind him who wasn't paying attention and managed to miss a couple of shots. So I don't know how they survived last game, but here we are. Things are going to reset. Those windmill teams starting to come in now, as you can see from the map. So Rise has limited time to wrap this up. They have to be very quick at this point.
Yeah, and Nounsy and Sprite going for the same strategy that they had before, finding a singled out player, and it works out yet again. They just both decide, make a quick call, let's jump on one of these players, find a quick elimination, that quick knock, and then the other player is basically left in this quick little 2v1 situation where they got to try to clutch, and Nounsy and Sprite just putting in all the work. I believe they're like 4-1 now off spawn.
Oh no, but they were getting pushed right there. But here's a quick replay of Nico taking out Macwood and Donnie, just so you guys can see exactly how it went down. It's a rinse and repeat, honestly. They're landing at this main building instead of switching things up. You know, that's the definition of insanity over and over. Same plays, same stuff, but a more important fight right now. Top 9, Sprite and Nounsy. Nounsy did not get the pickup in time, and they get crushed by Jackson and Fable Taco. Wow.
Yep, and this is one of those same teams that did the same exact thing in the previous game. Was one of those teams that was prevalent in third party, and Jackson just going to be fine in the angle here. It does take a whopping 140 damage shot from Nounsy though, so good shot, but just 2 healthy players coming in from an outside landing spot into a bunch of players who have been fighting now for a couple of minutes, so just real no solid chance there, especially with Sprite going down. Nounsy left to do it all, and now Jackson and Fable Taco left with the rest of Greasy Grove to themselves.
Yeah, this has turned out to be a much better strategy than sitting around taking the fight at the windmill, right? When you have a team that's being contested, honestly not too far off, it works even better for them to step in second after getting their initial loot, kind of eye out the situation and take advantage of it. And that's what we're watching go down here for game number 5. For Iamzo and DGen, our team that is the only team with a semi-comfortable buffer and lead over the rest of the competition here. And that lead being held on to by about 20 points or so. It's looking pretty good right now. Once again, we're watching Iamzo just have an exceptional day, clutching up when it matters most. These end-game performances that he's pulling off with no teammate has just been great. But more importantly, DGen and him, when they're up together, they've been winning engagements and everything that you want to see from a team that's going to punch their way to finals.
Greasy Grove no longer the party spot, looking right outside of Tilted is the place to be.
We haven't been here all day.
No, we really haven't, and it looks like the players are kind of tired of it, right? A fan favorite POI, Tilted Tower, some of these players are like, man, I want to go back, check that out. So they're going to create some fights around here, though it looks like maybe some of their efforts are thwarted. A couple of elims picked up by Peterbot and Quanti. They're happy. They're going to disengage quick. They see a little airdrop going down over here. If they can secure that, they are in really good shape. You really got to value those early elims because that's just Storm Surge. You were chilling. You got Peppers popped. And already right now they're pretty centered on the map, so they can really just focus on positioning. They can even position up on these rifts that you can find here in the map. So they're going to be in a really good spot.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what Quanti pulls. A little launch pad here. Ranger.
Wow. Actually,
got an upgrade for Ranger. He didn't pick it up, so maybe Peterbot's going to go ahead and snipe that one up.
yeah, opting for the Ranger as well. Not something that we've seen a lot throughout the day. Something that we have seen a lot throughout the day is leaderboard changes, and Slacks and Clarity brought that to fruition in the last game, flying all the way up to the number 2 spot. And I feel like we've seen so much aggression out of Reciprocal and 20.
Oh, yeah, surely. We really have. We've seen a lot of fights go down, but their placement in the overall tournament shows us that a little bit of a struggle today. But again, with how competitive the standings are, we were giving teams inside the top 20 a realistic chance. They're not too far from there, so it'd take 2 hero performances, but I mean, the standings don't lie. There's a lot of room for these teams to go ahead and jump on up. Remember, 8th spot can be as low as 130 points, as high as what we saw on Friday, 138, roughly around there, closer to 140. So, you know, there's definitely plenty of room here. A Victory Royale has been on average around 50 to 60 points or so.
Oh man, 20 there.
The setup.
He was getting greedy, you know. He had minis, he had the big pots, but I don't think he wanted to pop them. I think he was trying to wait for his teammate so that way they both could pop the chug keg there, because he does have 2 of them. I think he was trying to back up, and he got caught right on the log that was right there. Couldn't move a bunch, and just too many angles to be covered by the builds, and we're going to be seeing a quick replay of that. Yeah, look at that log. He's on the slope right there. He's literally, he's like getting crushed by the log as he's trying to disengage from that right there. And, you know, maybe he should have just settled in somewhere and used some minis rather than waiting for that choke egg. But Slacks and Clarity going to be just watching that other team pick up the loot that they just ultimately could have claimed from that elimination. They're happy with the quick elim that they got, though.
Yeah, definitely, and a couple tags as well, so plenty of surge, little extra for their efforts. And mind you, Clarity and Slacks are in 2nd place right now, so this is a huge early game elimination for them, a huge pain relief, right, for later when surge is going to become the biggest issue, especially for the first zone.
Cold in the top left,
Down.
going down. Oh, and there goes Scented as well. So Dayfan and J-Man. We know, though, that that's going down at Covert Canyon, right? We've seen those names there a lot. So interesting to see Scented and Cold actually liked how that worked out last game, so they returned to that strategy. Probably landed at Sleepy, rotated in. Figured they could do the same thing they did last game, but this game not going to be working out.
Yeah, it's really not. And, you know, at this point, we're just going to have to see them, you know, next week.
Yeah.
Right? For the semifinals, they were managed to get their way this far, so we know they have the series points. We know they've been consistent enough. That's not even a doubt in our minds. So we will see them competing for the semifinals for a spot, right? For a spot to the finals. Now, remember, next week, too, Victor Royales are going to be punching people all the way through. So there's it's going to be very interesting for Day and J-Man, though. That's how it went down for them.
And
This is their drop. They have the benefit.
yep, and here we go. Finally, the ultimate prize of Covert Canyon, the loot. All these chests, everything that you could really ever ask for. So these guys pretty much dream situation. 3 elims, so that you know that they have plenty of Storm Surge. They've got purple weapons across the board. Dayfan himself, 2 launch pads to use. And they just got to make sure that they make themselves all the way over to Colony Crossroads. A little bit of a trek for them to make, but surely they can make it. Especially even if they have to use one of these launch pads, they got extra.
Yeah, definitely. 2 yielding out of this draw spot now, so it's going to work out really, really well. Now, one thing that is interesting, though, Sensen and Cold were there before the vault was even opened up, so I wonder, did they decide to land there just to see how it would go, or did they just rotate really, really early? We'll have to find that one out. We'll hit the books on that one, but either way, doesn't work out. Hopping back on over to Dusky and Bully. Bully who pulled out, you know, a miraculous number of points at the end game there. Big rotates, well timed. Got a couple extra points, squeezing the juice there out of the fruit, if you will. Oh, it's a big fight. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Larson starting off with a quick 90+ damage pump shot right there on Avery. This is a big fight. You know, Larson and Smite were putting up numbers against Scented and Cold, who, you know, we know that they're very well, but then we got Muzz and Avery on the other side of this thing as well. Well-vetted players. Avery, at one point, known for being an aggressive player, and Muzz well-rounded as well. Avery decides to take a questionable edit right there. Doesn't actually pay for it, though. Larson was not ready for it. Larson gaining some pieces here, though, and Avery just backs up. Got to be careful, though. Muzz is lurking right down there.
Yeah, Muzz is one of the quickest players, right? Fastest editors, and he's accurate, too. Remember him from the All-Stars competition, just dominating his region. Like, it wasn't even close. He comes on over to NA East. He's done nothing but big things here as well, so this is a fight that can really, really, really go bad if Larson makes a single mistake. So you have to play perfect into duo like Avery and Muzz, who are currently sitting in 14th spot. So if they can earn these 6 points, it's going to jump them inside the top 10 standing, giving them more runway into a potential top 8 here. Don't count out Muzz and Avery just yet. This competition is still available. There's room here for them.
Yeah, there is room here for them, but only if they find themselves a little bit of Storm Surge. You know, 27 below doesn't seem like that bad of a number, right? That's like a couple AR shots down range. But when you look at the top left, we got 81 players left. So as some of these players start to get eliminated from the Storm Surge, that threshold is just going to increase. So they really do got to make sure that they find some surge here quickly. And if you look at the map down in the bottom right, there are not a lot of teams around them to even get any sorts of damage on, right? They are currently running away from 2 teams that are behind them. I think they catch a glimpse of them, though, so they're going to be making a straight line towards them. Yeah, interesting to see how that one plays out.
It's unfortunate. You saw Larson and crew actually use the web slingers to jump in, so they definitely exposed themselves. Smite actually finds Nasen in the feed right there, so that was quick. They landed, they pumped somebody, and that was wraps. Like that's what happened over there. I'm sure we'll see it shortly as we jump on back. Yeah, we got to get back to this action here. Muzz is on the fire here. He's got the 108 tag already above the surge, so they definitely found a little bit of the action here. This is a legendary heavy as well. This is really, really good for this position. Aiming long range with it, but loses Avery as he overcommits into the box. Falls to the hands of Smite and Aviv there.
And now, Soulflow finds a quick amount of good damage on Smite there. Oh, and
Ooh,
Muzz comes
oh
in
my
to
gosh.
clean it up. When we find that
And a
quick
headshot.
finish on the elimination, well, now Larson not too happy about that. Going to be trying to go head-to-head here with Muzz. Muzz is like, I'm just going to go ahead and grab the loot, peace control you, and doesn't actually end up cleaning it up right there. That would have been clean. Oh, Larson finds an edit, though. Comes on down.
Telling you.
Takes a lot of damage for that, though. Muzz is holding his own here. Hasn't even been touched, really, yet.
I'm telling you, man, he's so excited to watch fight because of how clean he is. He just wastes no time. He plays mind games with you as well. The way he was waiting for that pre-fire right there was just so masterfully done.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, takes a lot of damage. Was that fall damage as
Yeah,
well?
he
What happened
clipped
there?
the tree, so his feet kind of landed on the leaf there, and he just fell right out of the tree. And then also there were some teams off in the distance shooting him out there with their MK7s from long range. But Muzz finds himself a quick campfire. His map knowledge coming into play. Know that there's a campfire here, and he's still got 7 uses of the web shooters. But if we're looking at his mats, though, only 27 total builds left.
Yeah, not too hot here. He's going to go and start sliding around here. Still players in the vicinity looking all around him. He does have a launch pad as well, so a couple options when it comes down to quick disengages, but these mythic hands are going to be the best that they can use. These web slingers are just so perfect. Look at this. Sliding his way back to some loot. What can he find here? Med
Nice.
everywhere.
Couple of them.
Perfect. And this is from their previous elimination, by the way. Remember, this is where they were when the battle first started. They kind of slid out of this location, so just remembering, right, what they left behind and whatnot coming into full effect here.
Yeah, crazy enough, if we take a look at the map, Sleepy Sound has 2 players that are also lurking in the storm. It's going to be 4LK.
Same player?
Right, yeah. So I think Muzz is actually going to be trying to make a play for the reboot van. He sees the player. Okay, he's happy about that guy getting into the car because that means that guy is leaving the POI. Muzz now has the opportunity to go over to the reboot van, pick Avery back up, and potentially run this game out as a duo.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, the new changes to the Chapter 3, these reboot vans finish even faster, right? So much more time to go out and get them back here. It's the small quality of life changes that make the game a little bit more competitive in situations like this where Muzz just managed to time his rotate back in. And clutch, honestly, in that situation, find an Elim, so it's not all for nothing. As now, though, they need a car, and they have to get out fast.
Plenty of cars around here. They definitely can get out fast, but you know, they're pretty much 100% guaranteed to get out fast, but what happens when they actually make it into the storm circle there is a whole different story. Cars, they make a lot of noise, so any player that are posted up along this edge are going to be very well aware that they are coming in, and they just took a lot of storm surge. They saw that little reboot van notification go off in the feed, so they know that somebody out there is shambles.
Here's a look at Glace and Chucky. We're inside the zone right now. Someone tries to copyright their way on over. Was that noisy? I don't know if he was trying to just you know, deny an elimination or whatever. He was done with the game, but loot comes raining from up above. Free 3 points for them. I guess it works out.
Look at that. Avery goes down too. Just talked about how they're going to get into the zone and instantly going to be pressured by teams. Muzz left to do it again here. He did it before, and that time he is going to be short-lived.
Yeah, definitely. I thought for a second that was Glace and crew. I'm like, wait. Like, we jumped over to Nasen and Flo. They finished the fight off. And that's just how quickly that story unfolded. Here's Glace and Chucky once again, our team in 3rd place. 110 points, trying to make the best of this game right now. Surge isn't an issue, but it looks like medium ammo might be. So the problems. Beef's going to find Twix in the feed there. Okay, Nick and Beef. Remember, Nick and Beef have been doing very, very well, too. Keep your eyes on them. They can very well jump up into this top spot here. But for now, the focus on our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place teams, all of which, again, have a couple elims to work with. Look like they all have decent loot and material as well. Most of them are outside the zone, but close enough to go ahead and fight for, so...
Oh, you're still my guy.
Fuck, that's not what you were saying last night.
You always have to train the young ones, my guy.
Fuck, I had you going pretty good last night, so I don't want to hear it.
1 night out of 6? Okay.
What?
We're like
Mom?
9 out of 10.
Fuck that car. I'm here.
You were enjoying it last night, so I don't want to fucking hear it, dude.
Hey, hi, babes.
No, don't high face.
Babes, it was my best friend on porn night.
High face. But Mom!
It's the porn show, my guy.
Mom!
Hey, you just really screwed up my car?
Yeah, don't worry, I own a better one.
Let's go. Everybody in the car, we gotta go to circle.
Ain't nobody driving my car. Scoot the fuck over.
I'm a better driver. Get in.
Yeah, the fuck.
Come on, Bart. Where's my crystal? Did you just really break my window out?
Your window, excuse me, I'm the one that jacked this damn car up to begin with.
9/10 of the law is mine, thanks.
Listen, you gotta let the air in somehow now, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Gotta let that sex smell out of the car.
Hey! There's children present in my bestie.
Ma? Anything?
Huh?
Ma? Mom.
Thanks for leaving me behind, guys.
Ow, no problem.
I wasn't talking to you, Kyra.
My foot.
Up.
Why boost down?
I did. I forgot there was one behind me. Now, how come my car didn't catch all that shit on fire?
I'm from like car. I'm gonna stay here and die.
Seen the other vaccine that was put out for the
Is that food almost done?
Never before, especially for children.
and as what I read, they actually started the animal test, and because the animals were dying, they stopped the test. I think that's important to understand there, that what we're talking about is the American people are now the guinea pigs. This
What's my birthday?
What's going on? They didn't get human tested, and they stopped the animal test because the animals were dying. And then they turned it out for the public. And we are now looking at businesses that want to mandate that this experimental vaccine be given to people as a condition of their employment. And yet we have this death count that continues to rise and be totally ignored.
How do you never answer her back?
Hey, Crystal.
That looks familiar, huh?
What was the phone number?
Ah!
Yeah. Yeah.
No!
We did a little turboing last night, so. What was my phone number? 891. You?
She's having some issues.
Get the
I
hell out of
just
school.
did. 812-891.
can't do much with a pistol. That's the guy that killed me.
Huh?
It won't let me set up an ID.
Storm's got him.
I just got that meeting, dude. You too.
Just get that in sync again.
Kyra's sitting out. And Fire's sitting out. Fire said be right back. He texts us in the chat.
Are you guys gonna put it on Twitch?
We asked Anna to start food. And I will take over in a minute. Yeah, Chris, we have it on Bill.
Like, he's just not saying it.
Joshy poo poo.
Where are we landing, guys? Where are we landing?
Joshy poo poo. Where are we going?
What?
Going.
I don't know. Make his chat. Look, make his chat pick where we're going next.
Yeah, babe?
I'm gonna take driving preferences. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Told you.
Make your chat pick where we're going next game.
I hear a llama.
Picking good areas.
Oh yeah, I took out the. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
I can't open it. I already got too much gold.
I'm just gonna do it now.
Dude.
What the hell?
Dude. Found a long.
Mom, your husband is not talking. Tee. Oh,
It up,
I
why don't
spoke
you?
the wrong gun.
You need here, base. Sniper? That one? That one? Not all I have is 10.
I can give you some. Want any from me because she's running away?
I'll try not this
Okay.
spooter crap. Yeah. Yay. Thank you. Yeah.
I just got the blue one.
Gold one's the last one. Oh. I screwed that up. Where are you, babes? I left you.
Okay.
Don't kill Bob!
I don't know what happened, Crystal. My waifu left me.
Wait, where are you?
Don't worry about it.
Wait! I don't even see you. Oh.
Yeah, Mom. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they all left me.
Wait, you're the one who came way over here.
She ain't in that car.
Ah! I fell. Poo-poo! I ran all the way over here. For you to run. Ah! That just hit me in the head.
No.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did too.
Get your ass in there.
I can't even get out. Fuck.
See, I'm smart.
Yeah, until you get shot by the guy walking behind you.
I was putting my man in check. There you go.
Yeah, because he's right there. And there he is. I can't fucking get out. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Alright, I have to get my phone.
Wait, who kidnapped you? Darcy!
You're the one that knocked me off. Go, 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 go.
Hold
Floor
on.
it, floor it.
I can't. Darcy!
I knocked him.
Hold on, we've had our own problems here. Oh, you did not just
Knocked him again.
run my car. Oh no, we're finishing your ass. You fucked up
Great
my
kill
car.
right there. How many people is it?
No, there's more coming in.
Killed another one.
There's a blue sniper right there, face.
Wait, there's
My
a crown over
bad.
here?
I need ammo.
I don't have that much health, dude. Fortnite just lagged out, I think. I think he just lagged out.
I think he did too. Are you full?
Yeah. How much, what's your shield at, unknown? Yeah. I have a mini for you if you want it. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Not even loaded, like, yeah. I'm maxed out on break. I got fucking 3 kills, dude. How many do you have? Nice. Oh, nice kill, dude. I saw that. Oh, I used to be a sniper fucking legend, dude. But then they took snipers out for the longest time and I just lost my touch. Personally, I like the boom sniper and everything like that, dude. No, I was a fucking god with that heavy sniper, dude. I could kill people from distance. Yeah, guy sliding in right here. Tagged him 33. Oh, right behind me. Fuck. There's 3 of them. 4. It's a whole team.
Hey, please.
It's a whole team. Yeah, there's somebody right here too.
It's
play. It was one team. Second place, damn. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Hello?
You hear what I said?
What?
Chris said if you want your pillows, your blankets and your pillowcase swap, it's really going. Take it in there.
What time is it?
Take it in there. She's up your ass. Yeah. You know what it's about? Nope.
Oh, it's a Zoom thing.
Look, I'll go Spider-Man.
Him and Kai are talking. It's a Zoom thing. They're going to connect on Zoom. That's the code and the password to connect into the call.
Why? What's wrong? Why is Gracie crying?
I'll bring him out.
Oh, I know what they're here for. Okay, guys, give me a second, alright?
Anyways, how was your day, Phase? Oh, I'm gonna change my outfit. Pick a number, Phase 1 through 64. Oh, you would. Okay, this is my number 4. 1 or 2. There you go. Oh my god, 257? I'm gonna pick 101. Forwards. Wait, does Harley Quinn have a glider? I don't remember. I don't think she does. Okay, number 10. And if it's creepy, I gotta pick again.
Oh. Hey, waifu, I was gonna go Spider-Man with you.
She's kind of hot. You can keep that one on. Okay, Ghost, how many skins do you have?
I'll have to look real quick.
Fire, how many do you have? Oh, wait, he might be talking. Hold on, let's look. 108.
69. Sex number.
Okay, you have to wear your last one. Well, I picked 101 because it's always sex ed 101. And you didn't want to count to 101.
Oh, we're going Raven skin? I have that one, I think.
No. We're doing numbers. Fire. We need to pick a number for Fire. He has 108. So let's give him number 96.
You don't have to count them. It says at the top.
I don't have that skin. I don't like you guys.
I'm sorry, I'll change it.
You could be Harley Quinn with me. Do you have Harley Quinn?
Nope.
Oh, okay. What skin do you have that I have? Let's see.
I don't know. Pick a skin and I'll tell you if I have it or not.
What is it? Yeah, I like that one. Fire, do you have Phaser skin?
I don't know which skin to put on, dude.
Hold on. Do you have this one?
Hang on, let me go back. No.
It's one of my favorite ones. Do you have...
How about, do you have this skin?
No. It's creepy.
Fuck, dude. How is that creepy?
Okay. This is like the creepiest I get. I'll show you.
Okay.
Do you have this one?
No.
You don't have this one?
No.
I don't know who this is.
I don't either. I'm going to allow him to join because my party is private.
I did, but I'm not sure who he is.
Yo, it's Clueless.
Oh. Hey, we should all just be bananas.
Why?
Because we're...
I only have one banana skin.
Fire, do you want to, do you have the blue one? Oh.
Okay, run. Run.
Oh, it healed very weird too because I didn't leave the shit on it. And I didn't go to the specialist, so it's gonna bother me later in life.
What? I'm not doing nothing till they leave.
Oh, Quillis is not on our team. Right.
Hey. Hey. Here. Cade. Get your run.
I did.
You're allergic to your face.
Look, I like how my waifu didn't even say anything. It was Face who said something first.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
I know, right?
Trying,
Like, what the heck? Yeah.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Like, yeah, what the
Hey,
heck? I mean,
you know how many times my
jeez.
phones went on next to me and I didn't even acknowledge it?
My fucking broski over here has me at my back more than my waifu does. Damn.
That's when I mute myself.
Yeah, don't do that. And she already did. I like my waifu's voice. Come on now, unmute your mic. Jeez. Okay, let's follow her. Let's follow her. Just a banana line, dude. Hey, don't give us that sass. What the fuck? Hey, waifu, I love you. Oh, wow, she ignored me on that too. Did you notice that? Wow, I see how it is. I see how it is, alright.
Yeah.
There we go. Good job, Mom. No. I'd come down here just to turn it on. Huh.
Who is that, Kyra?
Yeah, I had to turn on her mic for her.
Yeah, look,
Turn it on.
I was talking to her and everything, and she just.
I know.
I even said, look, I even said, I love you, and she was like, nah. No answer.
I know. And there's a whole entire thing.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Wow, Ma,
I don't think
can't
she
do that to
likes
your
me.
husband. That's so rude. Wow. Wow, Ma.
Maxed out on brick already, dude. Yeah, unbelievable, Kyra. I can't believe she did that to me. Hey, I got Spider-Man on me, by the way.
Who are you guys?
Now, Ma. Ma. Talk to your husband.
Hey, I found a frozen banana. He might be the guy from the lobby. Ooh, got somebody on me. Oh, shit. Guys, I died.
Ma, keep on your mic. And don't call your husband a bongolio again. No! You're not.
It's alright, Kyra. I can't hear her anyway, so...
But babes, you're my bestie. You can't get off. But you guys tried to box me up like a fish.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was totally there for that. I was totally there for that, but yeah, alright. I'm going to circle and just building a box, dude. If somebody wants to join me, they can. I don't care, dude. I haven't even built it yet. What do you mean? shit. After I die again. This is a perfect spot for my box, dude.
It's the bow.
Alright, now, leave my box alone, alright? Do it. Look, waifu, I think I have better ping than you, so I can keep up that wall all day.